graphic nature of this program, listener discretion is advised.
He is a comic book nerd.
In brightest day and darkest night. We can learn a lot from comics.
She is a reality TV junkie.
No idea.
Snooki had her baby. A dollar makes me holla.
Chris likes sci-fi.
They do a brain transplant into this whole new body, but it's you.
Kristen likes celebrity gossip.
Breaking news.
Oh, more breaking
news?
news?
Official. Before it was just a rumor. These two, our Pats, moved back in together.
What do they have in common? Nothing. You're listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Now, here's Chris and Kristen.
Well, hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen. Hello, hello, hello.
Thank you for coming back. This is a new episode, unless it's an old one.
Welcome.
Well, let me see.
That's it. Thank you for listening. We'll talk to you later.
Have a good day. Bye. Now, okay, so recently I moved recently, but...
You did?
Yeah. And I thought for a while that I was going to have to move again.
Okay.
So I'm on Craigslist and I'm looking for apartments, and I'm looking for rooms to share because my income right now isn't that great, so I got to share an apartment. So this guy, I go back and forth a little bit with this guy about a room, and he's like, you have to understand I'm being, I have to be selective about who I live with and stuff like that. I said, no, I understand. He goes, and I give him my age, and I said, look, technically.
Send a photo of yourself.
And then he goes, yes. he goes, if you don't mind, could you send me a picture? And I said,
take a selfie in the video.
And then, I got a million pictures of myself on Facebook. So I sent it.
Not for nothing. He could just go on Facebook and friend you,
Yeah, well, I sent a picture. Then he goes,
no.
He actually said, I'm sorry, maybe you could find somewhere. I forgot exactly how he put it. But
no.
It was like a 46-year-old guy,
I think he wanted you for something.
Rejected me.
Because I remember New York City, once our rent was up and it was getting increased, our lease was up, then it was like, shit, maybe I should go find, looking for a cheaper place on Craigslist and all that. And some of them, it was instead of rent, if you hook up with me.
They were just flat out saying that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's in exchange for, and then it's okay, once you get talking to them, it's all right, never mind. And a lot of them, I heard that it's kind of common in the gay community.
Oh, okay.
Not to stereotype, but that's just what I've heard, but it's also, I guess, common in the hetero.
Well, I guess, if a guy and a girl are living together, sometimes, usually there's...
In exchange for rent, it's technically that's prostitution, huh?
Yeah, well, it's hey,
You have to live there, I guess.
When people shack up and stuff like that, okay, look, I've been paying the rent, you moved into my house, and then as soon as they break up and...
Yeah, right? I think...
I got rejected by...
you had a boyfriend there for a little bit.
I could have had a boyfriend, and he rejected me.
As soon as he saw your photo.
Yeah.
How great did you feel about yourself after that?
It was a good picture of me. I don't know what was going on. But let me tell you, and so many people...
No, we're not going to go with you. We're going to pass.
And now, I understand that of course you want to screen who's going to live with you.
Yeah.
And I don't know how legal this is when people we're looking for a female college... as in, a lot of the places when you're looking to rent a room, a lot of places talk about, because by us, there's Rochester Institute of Technology and the University of Rochester. So there are a lot of college students in Rochester. And, now there's places that say this would be a good place for students, but sometimes people even just flat out say they're looking for a female student. And it doesn't feel right when I hear them say that. It sounds like we're looking for someone desperate and pretty.
Big boobs
but it's weird when
I know a lot of them.
I guess you could technically ask for what you want, but
because there was
how legal is that?
I think it's legal, because I guess if it's your property, you can, do what you want. Because I know some of them, just in general, won't give it. By our cop, when I went to school, some places are we used to rent to college boys, and houses just got ruined. So that's why they don't, some just don't like to do it. Other people, obviously the boys are going to find a place to live, so somebody will. So I guess if it's your property, you could say whatever you want.
Yeah, I guess
it just doesn't.
If you were getting federal funding, I guess if it's something if it wasn't a privatized place, it wasn't private, then I guess, if they got, but it's just so weird when you go and you look, I'm looking and it's like, women only.
Yeah.
And then there's, and I mean, I get why they do it, but I'm like, geez, I'm not going to give you guys any problem. Yeah, I'm 36. I'm past all that bullshit,
Did you send him a photo of yourself?
And, I mean, and then, no pets or whatever. And you're like,
and a lot of people have pets, like nowadays. Like,
I don't know how you can.
It's like, come on. Like a cat, who cares?
Yeah,
I get like a barking dog, like one that's just gonna bark all the time.
Yeah, because
everybody's just gonna complain.
But I mean, it's like no pets, no men. I'm assed out. Like, shit. And then Rochester being the way it is, it's like it's a city, and then there's outlying areas, and so I contacted one woman. And it was really inexpensive. Like, she was asking like $250. And now, mind you, Craigslist does ask you the name of the place. Now, apparently, and I forgot the name. It's off the top. I can't think of it right now. I thought she meant the street. Like, let's just say, use a regular. Let's just say Smith Street. Okay. Apparently, she meant Smith County, which is like an hour outside Rochester. And I'm like, geez. I said, yeah, it's cheap, but shit, everything I got to do, I got to commute into the goddamn county. I'm not going to drive an hour to save $100 a month, every day for everything. If you were living on the sticks or whatever. But so that was funny because I was like, oh, this sounds great, and this and this and that. And then like she goes, yeah, if you don't mind the drive. And I'm like, what do you mean drive or whatever? And then it was like, oh, you're an hour away. Oh, I like I said, I'm just using Smith. I thought you meant Smith Street, not Smith County. God damn. But yeah, that's what. So it was just looking for a room. Now.
This is.
So I got rejected.
This is breaking news.
Breaking news.
If anybody watches Buck Wild, remember that show Buck Wild? It was on MTV.
Was it about like rednecks or something like that?
Young kids, like in their 20s. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just rednecks. Mm-hmm. One is found dead.
Holy shit!
21 years old. Shane. I guess he was found not too long ago today. Mm-hmm. 31 hours after he went missing, so there was like a missing report. Mm-hmm. And I guess he was supposed to go. Him and like two others were found dead, but didn't say how they died or what. But they were found in the truck, dead. So I don't know. They were supposed to go 4-wheeling. That's where they went, and then they went missing. So today they were found. So it just sounds fishy. I don't know how it didn't say how.
Allegedly we don't know the details now, but I'm pretty sure
sound good.
Drugs and alcohol were involved in some way.
And then the other one, she's been arrested now, I think, twice in the last few months here. She doesn't look redneck because she was adopted. She's real kind of exotic looking. Yeah,
I haven't watched any episodes.
I literally saw 2 episodes, and I feel like I'm friends with them or something. I don't know. You would think I saw them all. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was real hickish. She's been in trouble for having intent to distribute OxyContin and
oh my god,
she's just been caught with all this drugs.
Well, she's not a redneck, but she got her redneck credentials.
So there's just that wasn't. I don't know if MTV. Is mad that they went into this project. It sounds like a lot of headaches right now.
Oh, they're definitely going to be screening now.
Yeah. You can't trust those West Virginians. That's why I think they are in Virginia. One of the Virginians.
Well, it's all relative in West Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, it's, why, with all the partying that, the Jersey Shore people did, it very easily could have been one of them overdosing or
what's his name, who went to rehab the situation, all the shit he was doing. It's how is your body functioning?
Well, it's because you can, your body can't keep up when you're 20.
Yeah,
Wait till you turn 30 and 40.
Once you're getting up there, the body changes.
Yeah. No more ecstasy-filled nights.
Those were the good days, huh?
And snorting everything inside, and your body catches up to you.
Good days.
Shit,
Lindsay Lohan, be prepared for your 30s.
Yeah, it's
actually the way she's going now, she might not make it, but I hate to say it.
Yeah, it's the people that you think you're fucking immortal, and you do all this crazy stuff that should kill you, but it doesn't, and then you think you got it like that, and then before it's all said and done.
What's his name? Lil Wayne, who's been in. Now they're saying it's epilepsy. He's been in the hospital for all his seizures.
Well, they're saying it's from the Sizzurp.
Yeah, at first they were saying. Well, I think that's really what it is. At first it came out he's drinking too much Sizzurp, and now they're saying he has epilepsy.
But
if you have him, if you're drinking while you have epilepsy, Sizzurp is gonna.
Yeah, I think he fried himself. I think he fried his brain to the point where. You're not. Nowadays drugs are These drugs are. It's becoming so accessible, and everybody.
Well, it's like, everything's over the counter. I could make so much stuff over the counter. Yeah, it's so easy for and like Sizzurp is Sizzurp. The fact that it's called that,
Sizzurp,
and I have to say that because that's its name. And it's easy to make, and
why?
And it's so bad for your body.
Why would you promote something like that? We know. I know Sizzurp because there was a song.
Yeah.
That said sipping on some Sizzurp.
I remember that, and I was like, thinking it's like they're just being cute, and calling something Sizzurp, and then I come to find out it's that actual drink, and I'm like, okay, it sounds stupid.
Sizzurp and I think the other term for it is robo-tripping, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's supposed to be like Robitussin.
Oh, okay.
But robo-tripping.
All right.
And, I don't even want to bring his name up, but Justin Bieber, they say Justin Bieber is doing big time.
Little twist.
They're doing the
partying.
Yeah. And,
I mean, I can't blame
soon
him.
Justin,
You have all those, see the mansion that he has? I couldn't believe it. I was like, that's the house he's living in, and I party all the time, but relax with the Sizzurp.
It's.
I don't care what you and your.
And now he's missing shows. They canceled the show in Spain. He had a.
I love that you know this news.
Well, it's unfortunately he's in the news.
And then he just
because remember he was late at the England show,
and it was like 2 hours late. Like it wasn't an hour.
Yeah, and then like a day or two later, they canceled the Spain show.
Right.
So
something's up.
And I had said almost like a joke before, but it's true. Your one job
is to show up.
You know what I'm saying, and perform for these things. What are you missing? What are you lacking in your life that you got to get high? You know what I'm saying? I understand life on the road is hard and stuff like that, but
that's who you surround yourself with.
At the very least, fucking the Rolling Stones have been doing drugs since before Justin Bieber's parents were probably fucking born. Yeah, these guys.
Steven Tyler.
What's the guy's name? The guy. Johnny Depp based his character off of him. Johnny Depp based the Pirates of the Caribbean character.
I don't know.
The guitarist for the Rolling Stones. I forgot his name.
This is bad on our
But this guy has done every drug.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne. These guys have been doing drugs for years.
And that's like actual real music.
And let me tell you, I can't speak for the Rolling Stones because I've never seen them live in concert. Ozzy Osbourne puts on a hell of a fucking show.
That. It's like you can't really understand him when he talks.
But when he sings, he belts it out. Like,
legit.
Sharon keeps him on point. So, I mean, I could attest that Ozzy Osbourne, great performer. Been doing drugs for years. Justin Bieber, you're fucking up already. Like, hit a. And
then he just recently got in trouble. Like, I think it's all hearsay because I don't think anybody caught it on camera, so it might just get dismissed if it does go to court. Mm-hmm. The neighbor has been complaining about, them driving up and down the roads in fast cars, just basically just going back and
probably
forth.
Tearing up and stuff like that.
The usual. And then, for whatever reason, the neighbor came over and Bieber threatened to kill him and then spit in his face.
Oh, God. Because remember, I've heard the audio of him cursing out the British guy.
Yeah.
I'll fucking kick the shit out of you.
It's like this huge bodyguard, pulling him back. I'd be like, come.
Yeah.
If I was a bodyguard, I'd be like, just go.
Well, it is because he's surrounded by bodyguards.
Yeah, he can talk.
That, if I was surrounded by guys that big, I'd be talking shit too, but,
I'd be the biggest shit talker, but I'd have to laugh at myself, because look, look around.
And then you see the guy, I think the video was the guy, well, the famous picture of that scene, the guy's trying to, he's not holding him back,
right,
but just
it's just like his
keeping Justin from coming forward.
Yeah, there's no real holding back. It's just like, here's my arm.
And it looks like a grown man putting a kid in the car.
Yeah, because he's getting in the car and he's just kind of places him in there.
So that picture, it looks like, and like I said, holding back isn't the right word, but the guy was keeping Justin from going forward.
Not a lot of strength was needed by the bodyguard. Let's put it that way.
And
just like one arm.
If I had a guy that big, I'd probably talk shit too.
Like I said, I'd be the biggest shit talker.
Self-destructive, man. It's self-destructive.
It's just being a little punk.
Yeah, you got all this money from performing. And now, now you're not even performing. because that's where they make all the money from. They don't make money from selling CDs anymore. It's all the live events. It's all the concerts, you know, and
there's this photo of him at one of his concerts. I don't know, but he has, like, he's must be coming down from the ceiling or something. So he's all strapped up there, and he's got huge wings coming out. Like, it's huge. They're so big. And the photo looks ridiculous. I laugh at it every time because he's so small. And then it just looks, it makes him look even tinier. It's like this little kid, and then these huge, like, metal wings or whatever the hell they are. And I'm like, that is the most ridiculous. Whoever came up with that was doing that as a joke.
I mean, you know, you're performing for 14-year-old girls, 15-year-old girls.
That photo gets me every time.
You know, it's, you know, and then, you know, just as if I'm paying, because obviously it's not like a 14-year-old girl's going to go by herself. They usually go in groups.
Yeah. Screaming
you know what I'm saying?
And there's a guardian present.
Yeah, and they're dragging them around at mom or dad or both or whatever the case may be. You know, it's usually like one adult and like 4 screaming girls. So you got 5 tickets from one.
Tickets are ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, and they're not cheap. They're not, you know.
What? How did we get to that point?
Yeah, if I was Ticketmaster or something like that, like I would. Ticketmaster should hire somebody to keep Justin Bieber in line. Like, we need you to show up, motherfucker. Yeah, I guess you know somebody will be. You know, there'll be another person next year. There'll be another person.
Else,
you know, the next person to fill the void left behind.
Justin's getting too old.
He's kind of leaving that teen bopper phase.
He just hasn't grown. Like, I feel like he looks 15, and he's like, what, 19, 20? I don't know. It's like, grow. Why aren't you growing yet?
Yeah, it was kind of like that thing where guys, you know, when you get like, when you've always been scrawny and thin and undersized, and now he's trying to make up for it by trying to act like a badass, and you know his like ass is going to write a check. Oh, yeah. His mouth is going to write a check. His ass can't cash because he's going to talk to the wrong dude at the wrong time.
He just looks like that, like when he gets yelling, like that little Brady kid that you just want to shut the fuck up.
Just give him a quick swat.
Yeah, like, get back. Like, you look like a fool. I wonder if he sees the videos after.
A guy like him he's probably surrounded by so many yes men that, you know, it's so funny that we build up these celebrities to the point where they're out of touch of reality, and then they fucking self-destruct. Like, you know, like we build them up just to smack them down, you know. And I was listening to this great interview with Gabe Newell. For anybody, you know, for the nerds out there, they'll know who that is. He's the guy who created the Half-Life video games, and you know, and he says like corporations, you know, these corporations they build up they build up this great infrastructure, and then by the time you have the president and the vice president and person of this and person of that, their job is no longer, when it was a young company, it was striving to go forward. Then you got, once they get all this structure, all these guys are just trying to keep it going. They're not trying to make it go forward. And that's why all these, it becomes stagnant because everyone's trying to keep the status quo when it's not the status quo. Everything keeps fucking changing. And so, you know, Justin Bieber, it's not going to be, you know, baby, baby, baby all the time. That money is going away. It's being spent, you know, look at
like 5 cars. I know he's got really two that are really expensive. It's like, dude. And like a Batmobile or something, like, all right, chill with your money.
Yeah, that, you know, that it's nothing, you know.
I get it, but
you know, I mean,
you look like a fool.
Yeah, I mean, really, how many
you
baby
look like
face?
a 19-year-old with money. You know?
How many baby faces are still around? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, yeah, you have a couple of the more better known ones. I mean, you know, the Beatles or Michael Jackson that were like, you know, famous when they were young and were lucky enough to keep their fame going.
Yeah, it's very,
you know,
it's not common.
Yeah, that's the one in 1,000, one in a billion, one in a million. You know, and you're already self-destructing when, you know, it's. You know, look at Britney. Britney was on top of the world. Now she's fucking, you know.
Take it back.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know.
You know, I know Britney's your girl.
It was great those times. She gave me good entertainment.
And, you know,
but you can see how she's self-destructed. You're constantly being told what to do. Like, you have no say in anything. I'd snap too.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she had some chemically imbalanced and wasn't getting any med. Like nothing was.
Yeah, what everyone's telling
wasn't going to that. Like I probably, if I lived that life, I'd have to go to therapy. And I'm sure like that wasn't happening.
Yeah, no one's telling you to go to
therapy.
therapy.
But I don't blame you, girl. I blame the people around you.
Michael Jackson, Elvis. You get surrounded by the people. No one tells you no, and
you don't take care of yourself.
You think you're indestructible.
And that's that.
Okay.
Bieber talk.
No, yeah, enough.
We'll have like a Bieber corner.
Enough. I don't want to get into the whole Bieber. I was trying my best not to bring it up, but I guess I have to.
It was great. Amanda Bynes, have you seen photos of her? She's been putting photos of herself on Twitter.
Oh, I got it.
So remember the cheek?
She pierced her cheek.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Pierced both. It looks like.
Oh, okay.
So she looks even more stupid. Like it's just you look weird.
Yeah, I only saw one picture, and it was like from the side.
Yeah, and then like newer photos now it looks like she got they're both done.
Uh-huh.
And now she's got like this crazy blonde wig. I don't think it's her hair.
Uh-huh.
It's just all curly, like it's just tons of makeup on. I don't know what she's trying to think.
She's going through a breakdown.
Yeah, I think something's going on. And she had like a photo, so she took the photo and it was like, oh, look fat in this photo. And it was like, what?
Bitch, you 98 pounds.
What? Yeah, like, where?
Yeah.
Where is the chub girl?
I mean, I don't know. She's destroying herself. I have a theory, and I wish I need some volunteers to help me. Okay.
What's the theory, Chris?
I think you could tell if a girl is attractive from behind.
But if it turns out when they turn around it's actually a guy?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Theory squashed.
I mean, we've been having a long winter, and the weather's still
long winter.
But I don't know, like, now that the weather's getting a little bit warmer, all the hoochies are starting to, they wait for that first day that's over 50 degrees.
Oh yeah,
and
I
they
was just
come
gonna say,
out.
like the other day was warm and everybody's out there in t-shirts and it's like 50. I'm like, it's great that we think this is like, yeah, it's 50.
Like, yeah, 50's the brand new spring or whatever. But like, I'm a guy and I'm checking out women and like
I'm checking out women.
I think, I don't know, maybe I would love to, like...
So what is it?
Now, of course, being attractive is a relative... It's relative.
What you think is attractive.
Yeah, but I think...
So have you tested the hypothesis out?
Yeah, I try my best.
Chris is going to be arrested next week.
Usually, usually it's like when I'm driving, you're at a stop sign,
so nobody can
and you see someone from behind, and it's like...
Well, what if they got the butterface?
That's the butterfaces are the ones that disprove the theory.
Because there's some people, they got this great body. I've seen some. Every now and then I attend the gym. Mm-hmm. Every now and then. And there'll be some people like, wow, your body is really great. And then it's like, whoa, there's this one girl, great body, looks like a witch. Mm-hmm. Her face, like, it couldn't be more hideous. And I feel bad, but she's married.
Okay, maybe you can help me. What is the name of those black pants? They're kind of dress pants, but not really.
The yoga pants ones?
It's like yoga pants, but it's a bit more formal. Sometimes it looks like Lycra-ish. It looks like it kind of shines under the light. It's suitable enough to wear in a
formal setting.
In a office. Like I don't know.
Is it bad that I don't know this?
Well, I'm just saying this because okay, don't be wrong. Okay, flat out yoga pants and the juicy pants and the sweatpants tucked into the Uggs. I mean, those are pretty much that's been
not formal.
Pretty much established. And don't be wrong, I love me some yoga pants and I've been
guys like those.
Because I've been going out to the Greece Library. And for people who don't know, there's a supermarket up here called Wegmans.
Oh, best thing you'll ever have.
And Wegmans is kind of like
one-stop shop.
But it's a supermarket, but it's more of the higher end.
Yeah.
It's a higher end supermarket. So, and that being said, one thing about Wegmans is they promote themselves to be like very health oriented and you can go there and get sushi and organic.
They call it
nature's finest or some shit like that.
And that's like the health section.
Yeah.
I peruse right by that.
Yeah, well, I mean, but they promote it that they have like organic strawberries. You're paying $18 a pound or something like that.
I'm good with my pesticide strawberries.
Yeah, I'll give if it saves me a couple of dollars. That's what the sink is for. I'll wash off the pesticides. Thank you very much.
Okay, I can wash it off.
I'll take a little poison off. Thank you very much. So, with that being said, in the higher end stores, and I hate to sound, you kind of get a higher end women.
Yeah.
Without sounding like a total misogynist,
you can see difference in customers at
if you're gonna
Walmart compared to Wegmans.
Yeah, exactly. Walmart tends to have, there's a website dedicated. There's a website dedicated to the people who go to Walmart, and then when you go to Wegmans, you tend to have you see
coming out of work.
You see a lot of yoga pants in Wegmans.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I've been, I go to the Wegmans, and I've been, and when you're shopping, you're looking at the back of somebody or whatever, and I'm working on
I'm gonna be like self-conscious when I go.
I'm working on a theory that I think you can tell who's attractive from behind. So I've been batting in 98%. I haven't run into too many butterfaces. And once again, and I hate to sound, it does depend on what you would consider attractive.
So this is based on Chris's attractive.
Because and let me just give you a perfect example.
Just in case anybody was confused.
Some guys, I'm saying some guys like Asian girls.
Right.
Some guys don't. You can see an Asian. I'm saying, an Asian girl from behind, petite, beautiful, long, straight hair. I hate. I'm being real with you guys. If you don't like Asians, you may see the face and that's not your thing. You know what I'm saying? But from behind, it's this petite girl with beautiful, long, straight hair. And then and then you see the face. You know what I'm saying? Or if you don't like the sisters, you know what I'm saying? But then, the sister has on a nice weave, and the weave looks nice from behind, and then they turn around, and you're like, oh. So then, those are, if you're wearing a wig or extensions, that doesn't count, and you should be...
That's its own category.
Yeah, you should be taken out of the contest,
yeah.
So,
okay.
I'm just,
So you're getting your data respectively.
What?
You're getting your data,
Oh yeah. I'm trying to keep it as scientific as I can, and so that being said,
I can't wait to hear the results.
I would love to. I would love to see. I wish there was someone I could get. Someone could get 5 or 6 volunteers, and I would never see their faces. Just look from behind and say attractive, non-attractive. But then again, then have them turn around and
now turn around.
And that would kind of be
what
like
if they had a bad burn.
Yeah, well, that's different. That's
or a big burn.
Or it'd be like a cross dresser or something like that.
That would be the best.
Because you can't see the Adam's apple from the back.
Some of those you can't tell.
So that would be like just my luck. I'm like, oh, she's hot, and it's like, hi, honey. So. Other than that, I'm working on a theory, and I got to work on my research paper on.
I'm glad
you can tell attractiveness from behind.
Yeah. Chris, good. Doing a little research. Good. Have you seen? I was gonna do a little Kardashian talk.
Haven't been in front of me.
I haven't watched it or anything recently, but just her photos have been everywhere. What's her name?
Khloe?
Kim.
Oh, Kim. No, but okay.
Because she's been on the press tour for that movie Temptation.
Oh, okay.
And she got bad reviews. It was like, in the first 10 seconds, you could tell she cannot act.
She can't even do her own reality show.
And then she's like a marriage counselor. Isn't that great?
Wow. Because even... Like I said, I get sucked up into the show. But when you watch like when Saturday Night Live parodies the Kardashians, they make fun of like that deadpan delivery, we decided to go out drinking.
That no emotion, just
whenever they have
that's how they are, and it's like, I can't believe you guys have so much money.
Yeah, like you can't even emote when you're playing yourself.
Yeah, you have no talent yet you're rich. Did you see? Well, she's just been going on talk shows, and for whatever reason, like she's got a belly now. Obviously, she's pregnant. For whatever reason, she's still wearing the tightest thing. She needs to stop because it just doesn't look good. It's not making her look good. It makes her look so much bigger than it just doesn't.
She's been doing that with her ass all this time. Like she has a giant ass and always wearing tight stuff, and it's like.
And then I guess, did you see the ad? Like Ford put it out. Did we talk about it last time? I think we did. Last time that Ford put out whatever, they're going to have some new hatchback car. And somebody at Ford, I'm pretty sure it was, So somebody at Ford drew this, it's like they drew the car, and I think it's supposed to just show you how much room is in this new hatchback. So in the back is the 3 Kardashian girls, like tied up and gagged, like a ball's in Chloe's mouth.
So it's the real Kardashians or
It's
lookalikes?
drawn.
Oh.
It's drawn. Like, it's an illustration.
Uh-huh.
Looks like a cartoon like that. And so a guy, I don't know who drew it. I don't know if they released his name. And then in the front is, and then she turned around winking, is Paris Hilton. So that was the whole, and it's a big controversy. And now Kardashians are suing Ford. Like, can you guys have more money? You know?
Yeah. I mean, I get why they're suing.
Right, I get it, but it's like...
And it is kind of like when you use someone's likeness, it's one thing to be a parody, but you're obviously using them, and it's kind of like...
for your benefits.
Yeah, it's yeah, exactly. It's not...
And you didn't get permission.
Yeah, you are using someone's likeness, and...
So I don't know if it was like an official... Because that would be kind of stupid on Ford's part. If they didn't get permission to put that out there. So I don't know if it was... Because it was out there, it wasn't like an ad. I think it was supposed to be an ad, and then it came out, and everybody's I didn't see an official ad for it, so I'm wondering if it was leaked.
Yeah,
not like leaked in the sense of terms that corporation there, whatever. So I don't know, but it's like it's a good drawing. Yeah.
And you got to have talent, because there's, other than having the big ass and the long dark hair, it's kind of, they really don't have
you
defining...
can tell which ones like, it's a good drawing how they did. Like, they at least,
when you have them next to each other, I guess you can comparatively, you got the tall one, you got the one with the big ass, and you got the other one.
Paris Hilton in the front.
Now, I don't know, because once again, I've been kind of cut off from the world.
Oh, sorry,
is Khloe getting cheated on by Omar? Is that what's going on, or is that just bullshit for the tabloids?
It is not Omar, first of all. It's Lamar.
Lamar, I'm sorry. Forgive my race. Forgive my racist ass.
Last I've heard that, and then I've heard she's cheating, and then nothing's been. And then there's photos of her going to the games. So I don't know. Because I can only go by that's just all
the celebrity rags at the supermarket.
And it hasn't been, from what I've seen on like Perez Hilton or TMZ, where it's usually just the magazines you see. Mm-hmm. And usually those two are kind of the confirming. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, those are like.
So between Perez Hilton,
I haven't seen anything but I've heard that. But like there's no sign of it.
Oh, okay.
I guess you could say,
because I think
totally could happen, but we don't know yet.
Well, I mean, obviously NBA players have girls in every town, and even if just being a player means women are going to throw themselves
just
at you.
Being on the team as like the ball boy.
Yeah, there are
there are perks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's being totally loyal and just grimy bitches like saying stuff or hanging off from him.
It's always like those rumors, but like there's no photo. I haven't seen any photo.
Because the one I saw said Khloe was cheating in retaliation to
Lamar
cheating. But
she's been at the games.
Okay, so
maybe they're just okay with it.
Yeah, well, no, I mean it could be just pure speculation because there are grimy bitches that hang out around basketball players.
And everybody wants to talk. And
don't get me wrong, I love my skanks, but it's if you're trying to be a good husband, it's hard because skanks don't take no for an answer.
And I guess like I said, I haven't really been watching it, but one of the most recent episodes, Lord Disick got himself in a little trouble, with the reptile organization. I guess he shot an alligator. Like I'm guessing they showed it on the show because that's how I interpreted it. Like he shot an alligator because, like, with this trainer guy, I think he was with somebody obviously who deals with alligators. He shot the alligator because he wants alligator shoes.
Wow,
what a dick, right?
Wow.
So there's all that. Like people
people
are tweeting about what an animal killer he is, for shoes. Why'd you do that on camera? That's all.
Well, yeah, not that bright, I mean, it's... Look, I mean...
That's fine. I get it, there's going to be shoes.
If you eat steak, I mean, you're just as bad,
I don't think you should have admitted it or put it on camera.
No, yeah. Well, that guy doesn't look the sharpest tool in the shed,
Lord Disick.
Yeah. And we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
And now, a word from our sponsor.
Hello, this is Cordero Uloa.
I'm Dwight Graham.
Hey, this is Seth.
Hey, podcasters, this is Nick Pilgrim.
We'd like to invite you to sit in for some free funny provided by the Live and Lame Podcast Podcast Entertainment Network. For movie and television news, shared with all the fervor you'd expect from a group of pop culture junkies, check out the insights of Seth Parker, Cordero Ulloa, and Alex Chittenden on Real Chat.
If numerology and astrology interest you, drop in the public forums and join the discussion with Joe Fox, Carrie Fox, and Foxy D on the Foxton. Or pop in on Two Strangers, One Podcast with Chris Cologne and Kristen Montrello and get to know them as they get to know each other.
For music news and concert stories, check out The Breakdown, where we all share our interests and opinions on what we do best, music. Or for the big daddy that started it all, join Cordero Ulloa, Dwight Graham, myself, Joe and Carrie Fox, Seth Parker, and Megan Phelps on Livin' Lane.
To check all these shows out, visit www.livinlanepodcastentertainment.com. It's all one word.
Have a sense of humor.
See ya!
Click and Hit, enhancing the experience for all recreational smokers. Click and Hit is a one-handed portable vaporizer. This smoking pipe has a compact 4-stage design, complete with a built-in, windproof, butane refillable torch lighter. The large burn chamber holds your stash of legal herb or pipe tobacco. Click the button to ignite and inhale as usual. When you are done, put it back in your pocket for later. Smoke anytime with the touch of a button. No more carrying around grinders and tins. Leave the pipe, rolling papers, and even your lighter at home. The Click and Hit cordless vaporizer is no bigger than a normal cigar, making it the world's smallest and most discreet vaporizer. It's perfect for use in small places or shared rooms. It's efficient, getting 5 to 8 draws from your packed chamber. It's affordable at just $19.95 each. Buy 3 and the shipping is free. Buy 4 and you get the 5th one free. Visit www.click-n-hit.com. That's clickandhit.com. And now for listeners of Two Strangers, One Podcast, you can use promo code STRANGERS and receive 10% off your purchase at clickandhit.com. That's promo code STRANGERS for 10% off your purchase. And we're back. Because, they are down in Miami. I hate to sound like a tree hugger, but we all have blood on our hands. If you're eating steak, then you can't
get... He made the mistake of putting it on TV.
Because, he just went and paid $2,000 for a pair of shoes
he didn't have to go pick out his
at the designer store. You're just as bad. But, I don't know. I guess it's kind of like that male mentality, like, oh, I killed it so I could... goes back to hunter-gatherer days.
Scott Disick is so manly. He's the epitome of a man.
Yeah, one of those guys. It was probably some reservation, like a place where, where gators were, they're bred to be killed.
I think it's one of those. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I don't think he went out in the wild.
He wasn't in any real danger, those big tough guys, they have they're hunting deer and they have these weapons that are that could, the biggest assault rifles with 50 scopes and
there's no meat left.
Yeah, it's a big fucking hunter guy. Shoot something that can shoot back, and then we'll see how fucking tough guy you are. What I'm saying?
I thought of you the other day because I guess Ryan Gosling said he's going to quit acting for a while. Whether or not he really does.
50 Shades of Grey.
Don't even get me started. He says he is. Let's see how long it lasts. Who knows? He might be. 50 Shades of Grey, that would be great. So now I guess, because you said there was a Twilight phone line.
Oh, yeah.
So now there's a Ryan Gosling one for his fans who are upset that he's, not on the big
the
screen.
Ryan Gosling retirement distress line?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that...
Ladies.
I've never...
there are real men out there. There are real, actual human beings out there.
Calling the stress line. I can imagine, the training you have to go through as, the therapist working there. Not really. You have the script. You're like, don't worry, honey. I'll be fine. That always made me wonder, do phone sex hotlines, do they have scripts?
Actually, I knew 2 girls that worked for a phone sex line. And, one of them was okay. The other one was not okay.
She had a face for it?
Yeah, she had a face for
phone sex.
And, actually, phone sex in and of itself, those lines, obviously anyone's calling it's more of a lonely guy. Yeah, you get a couple frat guys who are goofing around. But one, obviously when you work there, you can hang up on anybody you like. That's why it was the first minute it always the first minute's always $3 or $4 and $1 every minute after that. But their job, we talk about phone sex, but obviously, if you talk phone sex to a guy, he's going to jerk off, be done in 2 minutes and then hang up. really all those guys are calling, they're lonely, and
it's more just keeping somebody company.
Has nothing to do with the script. There are girls who will, and you're encouraged, and obviously the more money you make, the bigger your commission is,
right.
Where you just talk to these guys. And there are a lot of, obviously anyone calling that's kind of lonely. So you go and you sit there, and there's guys.
Call the Ryan Gosling hotline.
Yeah. And that's a lot, these two girls, they said, and you have your regular customers, they got guys, could I talk, obviously you always has a fake name, could I speak to Fantasia, please? And then, Fantasia, and then you talk to the guy, and basically, it's almost like therapy. It's like going to, you're paying, you're paying, and of course, they'll spice it up a little bit or whatever, and the guy will, maybe he'll work his way up into
getting the courage to talk a little dirty.
Yeah, I mean, and oddly, and since they work there, they have, like, if someone calls up and it's like quote unquote abusive, they could just hang up the phone.
Right, you don't have to put up with that.
You don't have to put up. You know what I'm saying? But
that's the joy of it.
Yeah, like you could just hang up on it. And you know what? If he calls back, he's paying another 3 minutes for the first minute.
Too much.
So as soon as
you could just be a bitch right back.
Yeah.
Or can you? That might be bad for
probably
bad for business.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole thing, and she told me about it and stuff like that. She goes, it has nothing to do with sex. She goes, there's so many guys who call just because they don't have someone to talk to.
We should do that in an episode.
And
save up some money.
And call a phone sex line and just talk about the weirdest shit.
No, I didn't know if somebody had a fetish, if they had to get a script for that certain fetish and be like, all right.
Yeah.
We did our research on this fetish, and this is what you want me to say.
Yeah, well, I just think you just go along with what the guys want. I mean, I guess
go rogue, baby.
Mostly, I mean, I'm pretty sure the guys who just want to do, because that's the whole thing is the girls are, oddly enough, they try to get the guys to chat, and sometimes they'll get a guy like, look, I just want to have the phone sex, and some guys get rude,
right?
And then they hang up on them. So it's it's oddly enough, it's a lot of these girls, and then of course, as like anything else, the guys get to know the girls.
Right.
You're told not to give out too much personal information, but there's guys like, come with me, and I'll take you away from this lifestyle, and and I'll buy you a house and a car, and I'll pay for all the bills, and these guys, they promise everything in the world to these girls, so there's, it's creepy, but it's basically, it means the guys are paying for therapy. It has nothing to do with it.
Like a cubicle?
Yeah, it's all call centers. It's basically fucking.
That's great.
It's all gutted out like factories and stuff like that. Because it's dirt cheap. You pay for heat. You don't have to worry about. Sometimes you have to do. You don't have to pay for. It's always these shitty little.
Rough conditions.
Yeah, it's some bullshit warehouse. I've now. Recently, like I said, I was looking for apartments here at Rochester, so I've been going on Craigslist. Now, there's also. I've also just been kind of not looking for work like hard, but just checking out like gigs. Mm. And every day there's make money now, looking for women, a talent agency. And then some just flat out say, be an escort, so they're if you're a woman.
I'm not going to beat around the bush here.
Yeah, I love when they say be an escort when you know what that really is. But, and you'll see like 10 posts a day. And that's the whole idea of being an escort. You
don't have to have sex.
You don't have sex with a guy, but you have return customers because the people who are hiring the escorts are people who obviously generally can't get laid in real life. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, there's always that bullshit Pretty Woman, Richard Gere fantasy. It's very rare. It's usually some 55-year-old guy, bald. Glasses, owns his own corporation.
You didn't think Pretty Woman was an actual story?
No, they don't look like Richard Gere.
Did you ever see the Dave Chappelle skit on how it really is?
You got to get the fuck out. And
like that's 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's always there's always it's there seems to be a lot of because it is guys. They have the job. They're working well. They have
guys
the wife.
Are needy.
They
need that attention. It's like, call Ryan Gosling hotline.
But it's like you get it's a lot of these guys who you make a lot of money and then they have like a trophy wife and then she takes him for half his fucking money anyway. And then he gets so burnt out from fucking women. And trust me, I live this world where like I'm so fucking burnt out from women that I'm just like, I'd rather have someone that I pay for their fucking time because, I don't want the bullshit. I don't need somebody telling me how to live my life. I don't need someone, you should, and you don't need someone disagreeing with you. Some women just love to fucking argue and love to be contrary. I could fucking say the sky is blue and she'll fucking say, oh, the sky is purple just to fucking be contrary. You know what I'm saying? So, I could...
What you did to Chris, women.
Yeah.
What you did.
Women have made me jaded. It's like...
Burned him out.
Yeah, I'm burnt out. I can see why guys pay for... Jaded. Yeah, so you're not. Yeah, you're not. The joke is you're not paying them to stay. You're paying them to leave. And it's just like when you reached a certain point, you don't want to have to deal with the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as much as I'm jealous of, I am jealous of guys who have like been in long established relationships and they got their wives and it's like the wife will never cheat on them because but then what's the other bullshit? You got to deal with stuff around the house and like you can never be yourself and if you put the beer can on the coffee table without a fucking coaster on it and then they come
scolded.
Bitch you out and
they hear it from across the house. They know that you didn't do it.
Yeah, and she's on the phone every day with her mother and her friends and they're little cackling like fucking.
I just think you've been around the wrong women.
I've been around the wrong fucking women.
You gotta find a new crowd.
I can't. I haven't found a woman worth my time. I mean, don't be wrong. I'll connect with somebody. I'll hook up with somebody. But I've been around. I'm not gonna lie. I'm jealous of some of my friends that are like in their long-term relationships because they're with good women. You'll never have to worry about them cheating on you or anything like that. Yeah, but then you look at the flip side. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're stuck they want you to sit next to them while they're watching fucking Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my God. I can see you watching that. They're getting into it.
They'll bitch at you about like playing video games and it's like, be happy I'm here playing video games. You know where the fuck I am. I'm playing video games. You know what I'm saying? Do you want me to be one of those other guys that are out partying?
There's this new show going to be on Bravo, my favorite channel.
Uh-huh.
And it's called or is it TLC? One of them. I know. It might be one of them. Either way. It's called The First Year. Maybe it's just called The First Year, but it's 3 or 4 different couples, right after they get married and how the first year is and they're just bitching at each other. And one's like, is this a mistake? And the one guy... They clearly have issues. I don't know if it's cheating or what, but he obviously lies to her where he goes. And he's like, she's like, well, where are you going? He's like, I'm just going to lie to you, so what's the point of even telling you? I'm like, that's awful.
Yeah.
So I don't know where he's been going.
It's like you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
See if they make it. I'm like, this is awful.
Well, and then one thing they don't tell you is that, it's probably the first year, but these people probably been fucking dating 3 months.
Right, yeah.
And then they decided to get married, on a fool's errand, you decide to get... and then you get the stress to get fucking married, and the stress to have kids, and the stress, and the woman has to have this and this and that, and
It's always the woman. Huh?
Yeah, it's always them, because...
Whatever the guy wants.
Because guys are low maintenance. Feed us, fuck us, shut the fuck up. That's all we want. Food, sex, and silence. I've totally stolen that line from Chris Rock, but... there's a truth to it. There's a truth,
it's poetry, actually.
Being a guy, I don't think I ask for much, you know what I'm saying? But apparently, everything I do is wrong, you know what I'm saying?
Just done with the wrong crowd.
Yeah, I need to
Once you find that stable environment, that stable girl.
And don't get me wrong, I understand, I'm no catch. I'm a heavy guy, I'm balding, I got a kid, I'm unemployed. I get the fact
You sound great on paper, Chris.
Yeah, I mean,
Look it up as a Craigslist ad.
Yeah, balding, overweight, single dad, unemployed single dad, seeking perfect woman.
Yeah, just perfect woman.
Woman that will, a woman who doesn't think it's,
There we go. And then he'll go in this huge paragraph.
Offensive, Because, there's...
You better not scream at me. You better not care where I go.
Yeah, if I say the fucking sky is green, you say the sky is green, too.
This would have, this whole seeking, and then it's, another ad you have to take out.
Seeking. Is it too wrong? Is it too, and I've said this in past episodes, you know what I'm saying? If we're in public, if behind closed doors, when we're at home, you can say whatever the fuck, you can beat me up. You know what I'm saying? But we're out in public, you gotta make me look like the fucking man. If I'm not the man, you know what I'm saying? Because then the minute you act like the man, and you're an asshole, and you try to keep him in line,
then you're the asshole.
You're the abusive boyfriend, husband, piece of shit, whatever, you know. But you know what? At least, you know, in public, at least make me look good. And then
I always feel awkward in public when there's those couples where the woman's just yelling at the man. It's like, all right, chill out. Like, I'm scared of you. I'm sure he's terrified right now. Like, nobody knows what to do, and people are all looking at each other like, who's gonna save this man? It's so awkward.
Yeah, you know, like, you know, that's, I think the worst thing any woman could do to a man is emasculate him in public. That's like the worst.
I'll do it to all of the guys.
Yeah, it's like
line them up.
You know, and it's one thing.
You suck.
I mean, guys are, you know, when you're being dragged into the fucking, you know, department store to watch them try on 50 fucking outfits, that's emasculating enough as it is. You know what I'm saying?
Holding all the bags.
You know, when you're there and you got to deal with the sisters and the moms and the friends and all these other cackling hens that come to your house, and it's like, oh, you know, and you know, it's one thing like for people to go, wow, that guy's pussy whipped. It's another thing like to show the world that he's pussy whipped. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you know, you shouldn't, and don't be wrong. I mean, I'm not saying like the guy needs to be this macho asshole that you put, because you got to stand by your woman. You got to stand by your woman also, you know, but. You know, I don't mean when guys are emasculated. Like, okay, I've seen so many commercials recently where, like, the husband, the wife hits the husband. Like, there's the V8 commercial where the woman, like, hits the guy on the head. And then there's the commercial where the guy is touching everything in his apartment. Like, everything he touches changes. And then, like, at the end, she hits him in the head and his hat changes. You know, all these, and there's, like, one more commercial. And it might have been another V8 commercial where, like, you know, the woman's hitting the guy in the head. If you had a commercial where a guy's hitting a fucking woman in the head, oh my God, they would take the fucking commercial down. They would boycott your fucking business. You know what I'm saying? But the V8 commercial, the woman could hit the husband in the head, and you know, and the guy buying, you know, the guy changing stuff in his apartment, and then the girlfriend
beating the shit out of him.
You know, it's like, you know, and don't
watch
be
everything
wrong.
change.
You know, I'm all for, you know, I'm not saying guys have to be macho assholes, but Jesus Christ, stand by your fucking man in public. You know, if, you know, I mean, like I said, behind closed doors, you could own the motherfucker, but at least let him, or at the very least in front of his fucking friends.
Well, then it's a lie, Chris.
Oh.
Then it's like you're living a lie.
Then let me live a lie. Lies keep you happy.
You're living a
Families,
lie.
the couples that live lies are happy. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. That's why they call it the ugly truth. Truth has never been pretty. Truth is never, ever.
You free.
Yeah. Truth is always ugly.
Nobody wants to deal with it.
No, lie to me, baby. It's I'm the best man you've ever been with. I'm so handsome. How many women, like when you see when they are in dedicated relationships where their husband is 9,000 pounds? Oh, baby, you're so sexy. You know what I'm saying? That's a lie, but that's a lie that keeps you together. That's a lie that keeps you together. When you say, "Oh, I like a man with a few pounds on his bones and meat," you know.
A few, he's 900 pounds.
Yeah, that's so bullshit. But that's the good kind of lying. Lie to me, baby. Please lie to me.
Like that.
Yeah.
Oh, then if you're just lying, like,
oh yeah,
you're the shit out of me. But we got to make it look good in front of everyone.
Yeah,
that's a bad lie, Chris.
Yeah. You know, I mean, there are guys out there. You know, it's, and then you always, and the girls, like, you know, they're with these guys, treat them like shit.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
what,
I don't
Chris?
know.
What?
I'm just saying, there are a lot of.
That's okay?
No, I'm saying not okay. There's girls out there with guys that treat them like shit when there's decent guys out there.
They have, I think, some daddy issues or mommy issues.
Yeah.
Something went wrong as a kid.
Lie to me. Lie to me,
baby. Lie to me.
Lie. Tell me I'm the best you've ever been with. You know, I'm bigger than all your exes. Big word counts. I guess, you know, the 290 pounds, I probably am bigger than all your exes, but in the wrong way. You know, it's just, lies keep you together. Lies keep people happy.
Great family moment by friends.
Yeah,
Lies
it's the truth. Lies keep you together. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, if you don't have that old school mentality where some people are old school where they stay together no matter what.
Right.
If you're not going to have that mentality, at least fucking lie.
Right.
At least lie.
Don't act like it. Yeah, don't be miserable. You know, just pretend you're happy for the moment, okay? Yeah. And we're all around.
Yeah. And you see these guys, you know, they say happy wife, happy life. You know what I'm saying? Then these other guys, they lie to their wives too. Yes, honey, I love going to the fucking, you know, flower show or whatever. You know, I love going to the...
You gotta put my parents' relationship back in perspective. See if my dad's just been lying.
Yes!
They've just been lying to each other.
Yes, lies.
I'm like,
He's
Dad,
been lying.
Chris says you're lying.
Look, he's lied, but
Like, just leave it alone.
he has all this stuff, right? Is he missing half his shit? No.
Just leave it alone.
We're
not discussing this. I can see him being like that.
Yeah,
Not
you
talking
gotta,
about it right now.
You gotta, not. I mean, and I'm not saying lie. I'm definitely not saying cheat or anything.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta
Just
tolerate the
funny.
bullshit. You gotta tolerate. There's shit that women like that men don't. I don't give a fuck about. Figurines or flowers or whatever you want to do to decorate the house. Why is it that when, a woman puts up figurines, it's fine, but if I put up a comic book poster, I'm the bad guy? What's the fucking difference? You know what I'm saying? What's the difference between, a cow dressed up like a farmer and, Spider-Man swinging from his web? There's no fucking difference, in my opinion.
I don't know who you hang out with.
No, what I'm just saying is when you have a woman that's like nesting, when they nest,
They're starting to nest.
and you go to the bathroom and there's like, decorative soaps or
which nobody uses.
Yeah.
I think they're pointless. Enough. And half the time they smell like they're real potent or something.
Yeah,
like,
and bowls of potpourri, and like my mom has these big bamboo shaft things, whatever. But you keep them in a vase to keep you got to keep them moist.
I know what you're talking about,
and stuff like that. I don't get it. I don't as a man, I don't get it. You know what I'm saying?
As a woman, I don't get a lot of things. Like some things I think are cool, but like the potpourri. So like I don't need that. If my house smells that bad, let me clean it. And if it still smells, I'm moving.
Yeah.
There's obviously an issue.
And how is that?
Potpourri and like the soaps and.
Yeah,
but, I like decorative mirrors or something like that.
Exactly. Decorative.
Makes the room look bigger.
How's that any different than my?
Oh, I don't give a shit about somebody.
12-inch Darth Vader.
I'll let you put up Darth Vader, Chris.
It's.
Well, you're right. There's no there's a difference in color. That's probably what they're going for: color and look.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, and don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not like every guy wants to have. I mean, I understand some of my shit is clutter. I get that. I understand that. But my clutter and your clutter are both clutter. Just because one is more appeasing to the eye, don't. Let's be real about it. At least be real with me about it. It's like, I don't know. It's just.
I'm sorry you've gone through that.
Lie to me.
Just
you want to be happy and you want to be in a good relationship. Learn to lie.
Now, today is April Fool's Day. It's today that we're filming, recording.
Mm-hmm.
And every year I kind of always want to do something to somebody, but I never do because I never have anything good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything good?
You could say you're pregnant.
Yeah, you could do that.
You should just make a Facebook post.
I think I did that actually one year.
Oh, okay.
And I had just got back together, too, with, my ex-boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And this other guy that I was talking with and might have hooked up with in college. He was so it was around that time. He's like, are you, he texted me when I was at my boyfriend's house. Like, are you serious? I was like, no! Everyone relax. And it must have been, because what other day would I put it up? It must have been April Fool's Day. And I don't think it went over well. I think there was some questions.
Yeah. Well, nowadays,
Yeah.
And just, or, I mean, just well, I mean, when it comes, if you want to catch one individual person, say, would you like to be the stepmom? Or, I mean, not the godmother.
The godmother.
Or, I've done ones where, I'm in the hospital, I've called people, I'm in the hospital.
Chris. This is me. I was run over by a car 3 times. Come with me.
I was hit by a brick. I was passing by a construction site and someone hit me with a brick.
More like pranks.
Pranks.
Because I always hear the one where they put the saran wrap on the
toilet seat.
But then I never do it, and I just feel like it's too much energy.
Maybe maybe I'm a guy. I don't know if I'd ever fall for that.
Right, I feel like it's too stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I love the videos where they put the saran wrap on the door.
Oh, yeah, there's just bam.
I mean, of course, you got to have someone that their door goes in, then out. But, which is, I guess, is most doors. But, I mean, it's like, when you have that, and then, what I like is that I've seen it where they've had something else there to distract the person.
Right, and then
they walk right into the plastic, because that's pretty funny.
I don't know if you had any good pranks along along your life. Any good ones?
Me and my brother try to put the rubber snake in my mom's pot to scare her.
Ugh. My mother hates snakes. Years ago, I don't know what her deal. It's a huge phobia. My cousin, we went to my cousin's house and he was a little boy and he had a fake snake. She would knock it out of the car until it was gone. So, oh my God, I couldn't even imagine if fake snake in her bed. I'd probably kill her. It's probably exactly what would happen. But I just wanted to play prank.
Prank gone awry. Well, me and my brother thought this was right when America's Funniest Home Videos just started getting. So I'm like, okay, we'll get. And a camcorder fell off a truck for my brother. And so we had said, okay, we're going to make $1 million. We're going to have, we're going to do a video of my mom seeing the snake and freaking out. My mother cursed. There was no way we could have used, there's no way that video would have ever shown up on ABC or they would have bleeped the shit out of it because, my mom just got mad. It's just it wasn't even funny. She was just
And then she was, you guys getting beat. The Child Protective Service. Yeah, prank gone bad.
We just wanted to, make a funny clip. And it was my mom, and my mom,
prank gone bad.
Not that my mom never cursed when we grew up. My mom cursed on occasion, but
yeah, when my mom, when my parents cursed, it was okay, they're pissed. Okay, it's not funny anymore,
That's
guys.
all it was. Yeah. It was just a series of curses after when she saw the snake. So
it's
me and my brother were like, oh, it's never gonna, we can't use this video.
We didn't call Mom, he cost us $1 million.
FCC fines and stuff like that.
With Bob Saget as a host.
Hi, and welcome to Old Ladies Cursing.
Right, he was the host of...
Yeah, it was Bob Saget.
Right?
Then it was...
Then it was the guy from, oh God, what the heck? I can't think of it.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but then they had for a little while
Dancing with the Stars host.
Tom Bergeron.
Yes.
Jesus, how did the word that? So is it dance? What's sad? Did you say Dancing with the Stars? And I could think
Chris
of Tom Bergeron.
Doesn't watch it. In quotes.
But I know Tom Bergeron.
Tom Bergeron.
Well, then also there was for a little while, real quickly, it was this guy named James Brown, who's an ex-football player.
Amazing name.
Yeah, but it's if I was,
there was somebody else younger too for a quick.
There was another. It was.
I can't even picture, but
wasn't it Dave Coulier in the beginning? Wasn't Dave Coulier one of?
I know Bob Saget was.
But I could be wrong, but I think Dave Coulier either was briefly right before, probably
Tanner.
Yeah, and then they were both on Full House.
Yeah, that's
but
right.
I think it was Dave Coulier, if I'm not mistaken.
I feel like he was involved.
I think either he was the first month.
Remember the voices that they would do on all the videos, which was real distracting.
When he always did because they used to do the Jackalope videos.
Yeah.
Which was the one Dave Coulier voice that he could always do. Does it taste like work?
Exactly.
So it was. I think either Dave Coulier was briefly after Bob Saget left, or actually probably the very first host, and then Bob Saget took the gig. But yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure Dave Coulier was probably in that mix, but it was Tom Bergeron, Dave Coulier, Bob Saget, and James Brown. But not the James Brown, not the dancer singer James Brown. Actually, he's on all those NFL shows on Sunday.
I know exactly what you're talking about because I remember seeing James Brown when during the Super Bowl and all that stuff. We were watching, and I was like, "His name's James Brown." I know it's a common name.
Yeah, I would say
there's probably a lot of James. I know. Call me something, Jim.
Jimmy Brown.
Yeah.
Jim. Well, then there is a '70s blaxploitation actor named Jim Brown. He was in "I'ma Get You Sucker," and so
win with that name. There's
Jay Brown. I don't know, something.
There's a guy that works around here, and he used to be in the Marines. He's just that big. I think he's part. I forget what he is, Czech or something. But he's just a big white guy. Mm-hmm. James Brown.
James Brown.
Yeah. His name. I was like, that is awesome.
His name is Bill Cosby.
Yeah. His dad's probably Chris Brown. And then
yeah, and there's Chris Brown. There's
Charlie Brown. And
oh, God. I would kill my parents. You know what the fuck that means.
I worked with a guy. Well, he went by Chuck, though.
Yeah, well, that's what I would, too. Chuck Brown. And it's always funny, like, when it's like you get, like, a guy named Dick Richards or something like that. Like,
it's like your parents hated you.
Your name
My mom
is...
knows a dickhead. I swear to God, her last name's a head. I thought she made it up, and she's like, nope, I'll show you. I think she went to school and showed me in the yearbook.
I
was like, that is just mean.
Slaughter my parents. I'd shoot them while they slept.
And he went by Dick. Like, why? Let's go by Richard.
Yeah, I would say,
Rich.
But it's like Rich Richards, Bob Roberts, it's one of those
Rob
unfortunate...
Will Williams.
Yeah. Now, if you were making that up, because like a lot of like radio DJs make up their name, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was, I believe it was New York City. It was like a guy named Stormy Field.
Great.
Who was the,
like here we got Sandy Waters.
the weatherman.
Yeah.
But when you find out, like his real name was like, John Brown, you know what I'm saying? But like,
there's Stormy.
Yeah. Stormy Fields or whatever,
Like there's Sandy Waters up here.
Sandy Waters.
JXY. But her last name is like some Italian name. It's like, like people think that's her real name. I'm like, guys, Sandy Waters. I'm like, really? You guys put that together? Because she's just been on forever.
It's like a porn name.
Like,
Misty Mountains.
Misty, yeah.
And who would have known that, someone last name Mountains would grow up and have big tits? What was the,
come on, Chris.
Norma. Yeah, there was the woman with the world's biggest natural breasts.
Yeah.
Her name is Norma Stitz.
Right, yeah.
Norma's Tits.
Norma's Tits.
But obviously it's a stage name.
Yeah,
like
I know. People are like, oh my God, I can't believe that's her name. It's like, guys, that's way too much of a coincidence. Well, you got Chris.
Okay, two things. Well, okay.
Two things.
One, all right, two people. All right, I was been watching a lot of documentaries, and I was actually my two worlds combined. They had a documentary about comic book conventions. And there's one, like, New York has New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con. The one in the South, it's in Augusta, Georgia, is Dragon Con.
Okay.
And Dragon Con is the big event. They've estimated that, over the course of a 3-day weekend, including the people that just show up, like not even there's people who show up just to hang out in the hotels. They're talking about, a couple hundred of thousands of people on a weekend. And
when is that?
It's Memorial Day.
It's gonna be hot in Georgia.
Yeah, and then you're dressed up like a fucking stormtrooper or something like that. That's
Your
the one
costume, yeah.
Because they
probably have heat exhaustion.
They have a short parade.
Yeah.
So imagine you got this
ridiculous
ridiculous
costume
costume
just out there for everything.
You're in Georgia. It's sunny, and I mean the documentary they were following. And so there's.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a great. And I believe
That's
it was called 4 days.
It's a documentary, but like we just have props and just go in. There's never a video.
Well, I mean, if someone wants to do a StrangerCon documentary, I mean,
there you go.
Just contact us. We now have
an
Two
email.
Strangers One Podcast at gmail.com. All
current.
spelled out. Two Strangers One Podcast at Gmail. We're hip. We got the Google Mail account.
We're one of them. Their Google accounts.
So there was now amongst everything else, great documentary, and of course I'm going to focus on the one thing that pissed me off.
Probably ruin the whole documentary for the rest of it.
There is a performer who goes by the name Voltaire.
Okay.
Which is, I guess it was like Voltaire, someone from like the Renaissance.
Yeah.
But his name is Aurelio Voltaire, whatever. And he claims that that's his real middle name, but he uses it as a stage name. Now, actually...
Voltaire's a writer, too.
Voltaire's a writer, yeah.
Right.
But I think from the Renaissance age.
Yeah, I think years ago.
And
a couple of years ago.
So he does nerdy comedy songs, I guess would be the best way. And also, speaking of, we're going to be doing an episode probably next week by the time this episode comes out with these guys who are doing a documentary about Dr. Demento.
Yes.
Under the Smogberry Trees. Check them out on Kickstarter right now if you love Dr. Demento. They're kind of doing a history. We're going to go more into that on the actual episode. But, okay, back to this other guy, Voltaire. He does, like, these quote-unquote nerdy songs. But, and he's kind of, younger guy. Maybe too young to be gothic, too old to be hipster. That kind of, like, right in that middle, like, probably like a younger brother of a hipster, of a gothic person. So he does this song about Klingons, the bad guys from Star Trek.
I know what those are, at least.
Oh, okay. And now, back in the 60s when they had Star Trek, they didn't have makeup, so they basically had these guys and they kind of just painted them brown, you know what I'm saying? Like, they kind of bronzed them. And now that we have special effects, like in the 90s when they had the Next Generation, the Klingons of the newer generation actually have like these big ridges on their head. But the original series, they were just
brown.
Brown
People, huh? Could they have just hired brown people?
And so he makes a line. He does a line about how they used to look like Puerto Ricans or whatever. So, and after I do a little homework, this guy's Cuban, right? So I put, I said, I tweeted him.
To blast it.
I tweeted him. I said, I wasn't
not
too
for nothing.
I wasn't too pleased with the Puerto Rican line, and he goes, "You should grow a spine and a sense of humor. Puerto Ricans have both." Or whatever. And I was just, and I said, spine. I said, because to me, when you say someone doesn't have a spine, that means they're scared, they don't want to fight or whatever. Yeah. And I said, when the hell was I scared? And then I did one, and then of course I had to go do my homework. He is a teacher at the School of Visual Arts, which I know people, I've known people who went to that school, and I was like, I said, you live and work in New York City. And I wrote, I said, you're making a Puerto Rican joke, and you live and work in New York City. I said, this will be a public relations nightmare. And then he did homework on me. He goes,
"Oh God, did I come up at all?"
Nobody. You mentioned about Spider-Man underwear and stuff like that. So,
Chris, you gotta watch that. Who you bash?
Who I tweet. So we had gone back and forth, and then he actually started following me. Now there's a guy like 8,000 followers, and so I took the follow as like the olive branch, like he's looking, and obviously because had I got him in trouble at work, he would have gotten, like I said, for you to make like an anti-Puerto Rican comment, you live and work in New York City, they'll fucking crucify you. So So there's that. Okay, then it was okay. So then they're up here in Rochester. There's a radio show, Brother Weeze.
Yep.
Now they just hired this new girl, Marianne Cirque or whatever. Now, for people who are fans of Opie and Anthony, they know Brother Weeze, and he's local here in Rochester. So, there's new girl. They start they go on this whole bit on the show about Dungeons and Dragons. And she goes, "Oh, yeah, that's all fat guys play Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that." And I got offended.
Uh-oh. Chris, did you call in?
No,
did you tweet, Brother Weeze?
I tweeted Brother Weeze and Marianne Cirque.
Tweeting is the worst thing for Chris.
And she goes, and I said, and she goes, "They're just jokes. I'm kidding, except for the fact that they really are fat guys."
Uh-oh.
And I was like, motherfucker. And then, because, Brother Weeze, whenever they end the show, their last line is always, "It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice." So then I said, it's more important to be nice, And, okay, both those situations, like, I didn't come hard or rude or mean, and people automatically nasty to me. Now, I know I could be nasty,
we're trying to build relationships with the radio people, and this is what you're doing.
Yeah, well,
this is what you're doing.
I'm about to retweet it to Brother Weeze, and let's see if Brother Weeze put her in line.
Put your new girl in line.
Yeah, she's she's offending fat guys. She's not even on a job a week. So there's that.
So Chris has been on
there's that. I've been, every time I tweet some. Oddly enough, the one Eugene Merman actually tweeted back and said, "I'm sorry you don't like me." So at least that's cool. Jonah Ray, he's kind of Jonah Ray. I got to give him props because I've bashed him a couple times. He never responded.
This is hate tweets.
Matt Mira just blocked me. But if you listen to the Nerdist podcast, Matt Mira talks about how he just he spends like a chunk of his day just blocking people because apparently he gets nothing but like hate tweets.
Why don't you just delete the account?
Yeah, and
I get that many hate things. I'd be like, I can't.
You just it's like
I gotta change her. I gotta get rid of Twitter.
And so more animosity on Twitter. But also, I should have brought this up earlier. Okay, earlier I was mentioning Wegmans, the local,
local food mart,
local high-end supermarket. Now, Wegmans is known for having, they sell sushi, and they have sushi made right there. You can watch the guys make it. Now, maybe because I'm a guy who grew up in New York City, there are different kinds of Asians. Sushi is Japanese.
Yep.
The guys who are working the Wegmans here are from everywhere but Japan, because I know Chinese guys. They
usually work the walkery in there. It's always the Chinese people there, so they must move them over to sushi now.
Yeah, there's Chinese guys, and also Rochester does have a big Vietnamese community. So, and I know I have friends of mine are Vietnamese, and just growing up in New York City and on the edge of Chinatown, and I hate to say, I hate to put it like I can look at somebody and see what kind of denomination or what kind of what kind of Asian they are. I know Chinese people and I know Vietnamese people. None of them are the ones working in Wegmans making sushi that's supposed to be Japanese. Sushi is Japanese.
Because we can't have everything.
But it's like if you're Asian, you can get hired by Wegmans to make sushi. And it doesn't matter what kind of Asian you are because other people can't tell the difference.
Authentic experience, Chris.
But it's like it's so funny to see these guys. They come out and you hear
the hand on the way.
And the guy like he has on the white jacket, but he has like a leather jacket on over it. He's smoking a cigarette outside. He's on his 15-minute break, and I get it. I'm not hating on him. But it's almost like a weird kind of racist hire. Like, you'll never see Susie making sushi.
I know, poor
Susie. Poor Susie's got to work at the deli counter, or the
slinging meat.
Yeah, making freaking macaroni salad. But
Here goes Chris.
You got Ming. Now, mind you, Ming is a Chinese name, not Japanese. Ming is making the sushi, but just because. His
Follow
skin.
Chris on Twitter. You'll see all the hate tweets he sends out.
Well, it has nothing to do with hate.
It's proving a point.
I'm pointing out.
You're wrong.
Racism over here. It's I know Chinese people. I grew up around Chinese people, and like I said, I know Vietnamese people because there's a large Vietnamese. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to sound. I'm not trying to be racist, but Wegmans is racist. If you're Asian,
that's a bold statement. We're gonna have Wegmans tweeting you.
Yeah, right. Please don't sue us. But if you're Asian, apparently you get a job making sushi in Wegmans because
go apply.
White people don't know the difference between Chinese and Japanese. With that being said, let's wrap it up. Please visit twostrangersonepodcast.com. I just revamped the whole site. We got
Link Central.
It's basic. Yeah, it is Link Central.
StrangerCon info.
There's info for StrangerCon, our live event coming out June 15th. We're putting things in order. We're going to be the headliner of that night. And it's funny, it's our convention, but we're not the headliners because I don't think no one wants to rock out and then sit down and listen to an hour and a half of people talking. So I'm smart enough to know to give the people what they want. We're gonna which isn't us.
We'll just be the host.
We're gonna be emceeing. We're gonna be technically performing. Yeah. We're going to come up. You can see a live podcast recorded in front of all the people. It's basically what we do in my bedroom, except in front of people. If we put it like that, people will come out.
Basically what we do in the bedroom.
$5 to see a live sex show? No.
Any animals?
Was it Sexy Steve and the Sexy Stud or something like that or whatever? From Clerks 2?
No, it was like, wasn't it like Sexy Kelly? It was like
Kinky Kelly and the Sexy Stud. There we go.
Like, so where's Kelly?
I'm Kelly.
Yeah. Oh my god, that scene was so gross.
It was an interspecies relations or something like that.
The donkey show.
So, who knows? Come to StrangerCon, you may see a donkey show. Or you just may see us podcasting. Who knows?
Or you can call us a donkey.
Depending on
how we're feeling that day.
Yeah.
What we're up for.
There might be a donkey show. But the headliners will be the J.J. Lang Band. I just saw them play this weekend. Holy shit, we're talking about real rock and roll musicians, guys who play their own instruments, guys with actual vocal talent. Who rock the fuck out. Now, they're doing an acoustic set because, unfortunately, we can't have a prolonged, amplified music played at the show. But,
still be awesome.
That being said, these guys are fucking awesome. You can check them out at jjlang.com, or JJ Lang Band, I'm sorry. Just Google JJ Lang. Yeah. You'll find them. They're on Reverb Nation, which is pretty much like, a lot of bands do stuff on Reverb Nation. You could find the links to our Facebook page, facebook.com/twostrangersonepodcast. Please like us and share us with your friends. If you're any particular episode you like, go back into our past, check out all the other episodes, all the great interviews we've done. Check out our Indiegogo page. I don't know if we've set it up just yet by the time you hear this, but
keep checking it.
Just Google Indiegogo, Two Strangers, One Podcast. One of our rewards is for $10 you can get a DVD with the first 100 episodes. So if you don't want to sit there and download all the episodes by yourself, boom, you could just get the DVD get all our episodes, or you can get a USB with all our episodes, or my self-published book, or tickets to StrangerCon for one ticket's $5, 2 tickets $8. It's basically a pre-sale. Come check it out. What else? Okay, there's the links to our eBay page, which I've kind of fell off a little bit, but as soon as I get things back in order, we'll have stuff going back on eBay. Once again, all the money goes to support the show. If you have an iPhone, iPad, iPod, you could find us on iTunes. The link is right on Two Strangers One Podcast. It'll take you right to the page, or you could search in the podcast section for Two Strangers One Podcast. You can go back and download all the episodes. You can download all the episodes. Once again, Two Strangers One Podcast. The link will bring you to our Podomatic host site, and you could download all the episodes, or you could just support us, and $10 will go to the show and get a DVD with all that. We do all the work for you. Get it mailed right to your door. If you have an Android device, you can follow us on Stitcher, STITCHER, and also there's a link for that on twostrangersonepodcast.com, where you can favorite us, and every time a new episode comes out, it'll be updated on your phone. Okay, what else? Holy shit, my brain is
I think you did it all.
reeling. I think that's everything. Just keep coming back to twostrangersonepodcast.com. You can find all the links you need. Poke around, check around, look at all the stuff, check out the links, check out our buddies Living Lame on the Living Lame Podcast Entertainment. You got
West
the Big Daddy,
Coast.
Living Lame. You got Chris's Hidden Metal Show, which is being played on the Breakdown, their music show. The Real Chat Podcast, which is their show about TV and movies. There's the Fox Den, which is about astrology, numerology, nature. Check out clickandhit.com, a show sponsor. And holy smokes, we've done a whole bunch of talking. We certainly hope you enjoyed listening and had as much fun as we did recording. Thank you for listening to Two Strangers One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristen.
Don't be a stranger.
See ya.
Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne smells good to me.
But
Look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
Yeah, it
man.
is.
Look at her. Fucking, she's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show, I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. And if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.amazon.com. LULU.com.
That's Lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it, that spells it. Still, Lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know. You're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.